Breaking point. We're live here on the postgame Locked On Cubs.
Are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Please support the show and be a part of the Locked On Cubs community by following on all audio platforms. And you can watch, subscribe, and leave a comment on YouTube. Thanks so much for making us your first listen. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into discussion with you on all things Cubs. Today's episode is presented by Rocket Money. Stop throwing your money away and cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/lockedonmlb. As you can see by my background on video, this is the 200th episode of this iteration of Locked On Cubs. Shout out to my wonderful girlfriend, Kira, for getting me these on Christmas. Shows how much planning went into that. Very appreciative of that. So episode 200, and we wish that we were with you in better times. As the thumbnail says, as the episode description also alludes to, frustration, breaking point, turning point, abysmal, disappointing, all these potential word choices, Sam, as the Cubs lose 2-1 to the Nationals on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the with big picture, and then we could break down the game, particularly the ninth inning.
Yeah,
I'd like everyone to just put and you don't have to wish us a happy 200th. There's no time to be happy right now. Good for us. Nobody cares. This team stinks. Okay, so let's pause the comments for 1 second. I want everyone to listen very carefully what I'm about to say. It's a big picture comment here. The Chicago Cubs are 15-15 through 30 games with a plus 43 run differential. And people are going to say, so what, Sam? That stat doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. That stat tells me one thing, that this team is underachieving right now. And and pardon my language, the crap that we are being sold by the front office as to why some of these young men in the minor leagues aren't up is because of intangibles and leadership that you don't see in the box score that's happening with the Chicago Cubs. And intangibles, Matt, as you know, is a synonym for margins, right? If you win on the intangibles, you're winning on the margins, the stuff you don't see. If you're 15-15 with a plus 43 run differential, with what we've seen this year, you are losing on the margins every freaking night. Every night you're losing on the margins. You're losing close games. You're walking people. You're grounding into double plays at big spots. So stop selling us like Eric Hosmer and whoever else on this team are doing stuff that nobody sees in the dugout. What they're doing, what we see, are costing us games. We're throwing away an opportunity. And if I thought that this team stunk, I wouldn't be this angry at all. I don't think they stink. I think they have a great opportunity this year in a division where the going away favorite it has tons of problems themselves. So stop lying to your fan base and acting like you're doing all these great things, inside the clubhouse. No, you're losing everywhere. You're losing the close games. You're losing the margins. You've lost 5 out of 6 games on this road trip that were all extremely winnable, 4 of which you lost by 1 run. So that's the big picture.
Right.
That's the big picture thing I'd like to mention. There is no intangibles. There's no margins. If this team, just really quick, sorry, Matt, I'll throw it to you.
Don't apologize.
If this team was 15-15 with a minus 25 run differential, or they were 20-10 or whatever it is, I would subscribe to, they're doing, Hosmer's really working with so-and-so, and this stuff's really working. You're wasting your season when 3 or 4 of your best hitters are in the farm system.
Wow. I'm going to have to clip that if I have some time tonight. I think that's an appropriate response, though, because I think for a week now, really since last Friday, especially, and maybe even beyond that. But I would say for 100% since Friday, we have been held hostage. I feel like I've been held hostage as a fan. And not only that, it would be one thing if there was just bad baseball and they were truly, genuinely in a rut and they just can't get out of it. The grime of the run games and the close game and because there are some good things that they've done, like we've broken down the last 5 days, but we are being held hostage at this point. This is truly a breaking point and a point of contention with all fans. And what has happened since last Friday has been disastrous. I don't even care that you won Monday. It's like a non-factor in my mind. You go from 14-10 to 15-15, and you don't even have a chance in some of these games. Does the scoreboard say so? Yeah. But grounded into 4 double plays is not giving yourself a chance. Having dudes bat that potentially should even be on a major league club is not giving yourself a chance. So when are we going to be unlocked from this room? Or is this room the one that we're going to be stuck in? Also, we're going to get to a new segment we're going to debut, especially because we are live here. Shout out to the audio peeps who are listening whenever and wherever you may be listening. But we are live right now just after 9 Central on Wednesday. We are going to do a segment called Vent Line to close the show. That's going to be our 3rd segment, 100 plus with us now here, despite the brutal loss. So we are going to have a Vent Line where we're just going to flash up a ton of commentary on the screen from you. So we'll do that in a little bit.
Yeah, another thing I want to say is that, and this is another thing that's just a pet peeve of mine, is people say, well, Sam, this team's not that good. Oh, Sam, they're not that talented. Okay, fine. If you want to feel that way, you're entitled. They're playing the Nationals. I don't care if you think the Cubs stink. There is not one player that starts for the Cubs on the Nationals position player-wise. Not one.
Not even close, right?
Maybe Keibert Ruiz at catcher if you want to be, and I don't even think that. The only guys you would see would be in the bullpen. And the fact that a team that's trying to lose has a significantly better bullpen than you have is an organizational problem.
Yeah, that's an exposure.
But don't tell me this team. You could tell me, hey, this team's not that good if they had this exact series against the Brewers. Fine. Maybe the Brewers are just better. The Nationals aren't better. Look at the guys. Dominic Smith, CJ Abrams, Candelario. These guys stink. They can't hit. And you're losing consistently close games. And the last thing I'll say before we get into the actual game is that I'm sorry, maybe it's fair, maybe it's unfair, but when you're underachieving, you look at the manager. And with that, I'd like to transition to the 9th inning of today's baseball game.
Wow, let's do it.
First of all, I don't have a problem with Eric Hosmer bunting. I have a problem with Eric Hosmer hitting. Okay. If he's going to hit, he has to bunt. Because if he doesn't bunt, let's all say it together. 4, 6, 3. That's what's going to happen. The other thing that drives me insane is that, again, there's no accountability. There's no importance to leverage situations. Patrick Wisdom has had a great year, but Patrick Wisdom is the type of hitter that feasts in low leverage spots. Hey, Cubs up 2, nobody on, 2 out. Let's flip a breaking ball to Wisdom. Oh, he got me. Mistake. 450-foot home run. When the pitcher is locked in high leverage spots, it's not a Patrick Wisdom spot. You have a player on your team, on your bench, who thrives with his bat-to-ball skills, being able to go the other way, being able to hit and run, and his name is Nick Madrigal. Right. And I don't understand how he doesn't appear in that spot. If he doesn't appear in that spot, he has no value to your team. A 99-mile-an-hour pitcher with nasty stuff. He's going to put the ball in play. Sure, he might ground into a double play, but A, he's faster than Wisdom. B, you have Velasquez at first base. Also kind of interesting why you didn't pinch run Velasquez for Mancini. Convini before Hosmer
No,
hit.
it's just an insult to injury.
Yeah, it was just all very weirdly managed again. And I don't have a problem with the sack bunt. People are saying, oh, well, could you just have hit Madrigal for Hosmer and then bunted him? He's a better bunter, maybe. But at the end of the day, the Hosmer sack bunt worked out. You had a runner on third, less than 2 outs. It's the Wisdom double play that kills you.
Right.
And that spot's made for Madrigal, especially if he gets up in the count 2-1. You could send Velasquez, tell him he has to swing. He just pokes one through the right side. You're 1-1, runners on the corners.
Even a healthy fly there ties it.
Yeah, and he's probably not going to do that.
Might not do that.
But he's a better option. Wisdom is not the player you want up in that spot. He has high leverage anxiety. He's not the same hitter. And I thought that was managed poorly, and they had a chance again to steal a game, and they weren't able to, and that's it.
Let's keep breaking down the game coming up next. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime at no additional charge. It's easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you and never take a moment to think about what you need for yourself. So it's time to do that with BetterHelp. Find more balance. Visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnMLB today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnMLB. The Cubs play the Nationals at 12:05 p.m. Central Thursday, and you can listen to every pitch with the Cubs hometown broadcast on SiriusXM. On the SXM app, search Cubs or tune into channel 844 and catch the Cubs all season long on SiriusXM. A lot to go over right now for the Chicago National League Ball Club as they sit 30 games into the campaign, 15-15. If you're with us live, thank you so much. This is episode 200 for Sam and I. We appreciate everybody's support since we took over last July. Of course, we would desire, like all fans with us here, better times. And I do want to break down this game a little more, and we're going to get to the vent line in a few minutes and continuing to have some fun in the chat as much as we can and really just vent. I think that's the appropriate word for it. So continue to be active in there as well. And if you're here with us live, please hit the like button for the algorithm. Roster construction we've talked about, roster usage during a single game we've discussed. And, one thing I have in my brief notes tonight, didn't take many, was just this question. What happens now, if anything?
Yeah.
Because you're in a bad stretch. There's no other way to put it.
Yeah.
And by the way, this stretch of the schedule isn't that bad.
It's the easiest stretch
and
they have.
Sam knows it by heart. I mean, can you go through the series? Cardinals, Phillies,
Twins,
Astros.
Yeah.
The May is not a light schedule by any means. It had a light beginning. Nationals to Marlins, but now they're 1-2 this week to open the month.
When you lose games, baseball, 162 game season is a puzzle, and you're gonna have slumps. What I am so irritated about is that this offensive slump that they're in was predictable because, they had guys that were hitting in the 90, 95th percentile of the league that aren't 90, 95th percentile players. But because you dropped games that you shouldn't have dropped even before this road trip, you put yourself in a position where you didn't have much of a margin of error. And the other thing is, it's very easy when a team slumps. I mean, even the 2016 Cubs slumped before the All-Star break mightily. You're going to go through stretches, but these are all winnable games. You didn't need to play well tonight. As bad as they were, if Patrick Wisdom finds a gap, you win the game.
Yeah.
So you don't need to.
Yeah, the time runs 90 feet away.
Yeah, you don't need to you don't need to dominate in order to beat the Nationals. Right. You just need to be just good enough. And you're letting these precious games slip away, and at some point it's going to burn you. But they're offensively right now, they're going through a rough stretch. I don't think that this is the offense. I think that they're in their own head. I think they're panicked. My prediction, and you have it right here. Everyone's listening right now, and this isn't that positive because I hate this. They will win by a large amount tomorrow. What does that mean? I don't know. More than 4. Yeah, more than 4. It'll be another low leverage, easy cruise win, which I don't really care. I want to see you win a close baseball game, but they're not this bad offensively. They've hit a funk, but when you hit a funk and you blow opportunities when you're playing really well, this is what you get, and you're a 500 team.
Yeah, and also there was some breaking news after the game. Jamison Tyone, Sam, is starting Thursday. That seems very odd.
They could go Sandy Koufax to Fergie Jenkins with the way they're hitting right now. They'll find a way to lose 1-0 on a back foot slider hit by pitch. Oh, and by the way,
it's very suspicious.
Can Tucker Barnhart figure out the run game? What do they have? 8 Ricky Hendersons on the Nationals? They were stealing. How many bases did they steal today? Somebody put that in there.
Let's see.
Margins. If let me tell you this.
They were 3 for 4.
If you're so the 3 for 4 was a pickoff. Barnhart didn't throw out anybody. They got a pickoff. Alzolay picked off.
Abrams.
First. Yeah, he picked them off. Don't.
It's under caught stealing and pickoff.
Yeah, they do that. They do that. It's weird. All
right, so they were 3 for 3.
If you're Tucker Barnhart's on this team for his defense, figure out how to help with the run game. Okay, the guys are running.
That's a huge part of the game.
Figure it out. If you can't hold the run game, you shouldn't be on the team. If you with the way you hit, ground ball to second, ground ball to second, ground ball to second, ground ball to second.
He's a machine over there. So Sam, the Nationals ended up starting a AAA pitcher, one of the Nationals' top 30 prospects, whatever that means. Yeah. This dude goes by the name of Jake Irvin, ERA in the 5s in AAA. The Cubs got 2 hits off him.
They're in a funk offensively right now. I mean, Bellinger.
They've scored 2 runs in the last 18 innings, fam.
No, they're in a. I mean, Bellinger looked really off today. I think about getting him a day versus Corbin. That was brutal.
Okay.
He had a brutal game. They were all off. Suzuki's the only one that hit. In the first inning, he hits Horner on the first pitch of the game. Swanson goes full, takes a called third. Happ walks, and that's it. Like he's nervous. You got to go after him. You scored 1 run. Yeah, you scored 1 run, and I don't know. You wasted another really good outing from Stroman. I felt really strong about the matchup, and he didn't even have his best today.
Right.
He pitched out of a huge jam, second and third, 1 out to try and sway this game. And by the way, I mean, how about the at-bats by Suzuki and Mancini in the 9th inning? I mean, Suzuki with a beautiful hit to right, Mancini with a shot to left. I thought off the bat, Suzuki might get to third. I was hoping for that. And then we've already broken down the mountain, of doo-doo that followed that.
Uh-huh.
And Adbert Alzolay, who, he's next on the list. Hey, he goes out and gets hit today. The only guy in the team that could get anybody out is Mark Leiter Jr. So,
well, there's no room. There's no margin for error, though.
Yeah, I know there's no margin for error, but you also in a game, in an inning, throw a scoreless inning.
Right.
How many times this year did the offense have a great game and the bullpen blew it? You could do a better job giving us a chance, bailing out our offense. Somebody just put trade Hosmer for Philly for cash. What, like 50 cents?
$50?
Like a Sierra Mist? You won't even get a Sprite for him. You'll get like a lemon twist or some weird thing like that. I mean, who would want Hosmer?
Perhaps a Diet RC.
Imagine if you had a guy in the minor leagues that actually, and the other thing too is
I was suspicious of this offense now.
No, but we were suspicious
for about a week or so.
But we were suspicious about this Mervis thing for months. And, I know it's not time to do this yet, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Well, I say we get it started.
Oh, yeah. No, look, I just say sometimes they move. Who cares if he's Brian LaHair? You're never going to know until
How do you know?
Dan, if they aren't bringing up Matt Mervis because they're afraid he may be Brian LaHare. Let me tell you something. Give me Brian LaHare over Eric Hosmer right now. And nobody tweet at me tomorrow when he has a broken bat single. I don't care.
Well, how was that good contact?
No, I don't care.
What?
I don't want to hear it.
No.
And listen, I was on the Edwin Rios bandwagon before the year. He never plays. Move on from him. Though there's 2 open slots right there.
Yes.
And by the way, Eric Hosmer's defense, which is why I kind of understood why he's on the team, has been mediocre, to be kind.
Right. All right. So let's open up this can of worms, shall we? And the Mervis and Morel convo, and then the vent line from the people with us, 130 plus, despite the result of that ball game. We do that coming up next. Today's episode is also presented by Rocket Money. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forget about. Chances are you might be one of them. Maybe Disney Plus, you're done watching the Star Wars shows, or you were there to see a movie, or the Elton John live a couple months ago, and now you're done using that. Rocket Money will quickly find that and easily cancel that subscription for you, so you don't have to pay that anymore. It's that easy. Rocket Money also helps you manage all your finances in one place. It automatically categorizes your expenses, so you can easily track your budget in real time. Stop throwing your money away, cancel unwanted subscriptions, and manage your costs the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/LockedOnMLB. That's rocketmoney.com/LockedOnMLB. Welcome back to Locked On Cubs. Shout out to the everydayers who are with us now. And if you're a first-timer here, welcome. Welcome to the show. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. 140 plus people with us right now on YouTube Live, and we're in your ears, Apple, Spotify, Sirius XM, wherever you get your podcasts. I mean, is there any chance at all that here's the thing about the offense, right? You know, is there anybody that the Cubs have organizationally that, maybe could give some juice or a jolt and also help your team? There's not only one guy, but there's 2. One of them played basically the entire season last year in the show. One has not played a spec yet, but he's proven he could play at AAA.
Sorry, that was funny.
And they just don't have the best 26 right now.
Matt,
they don't have the best 26, and please miss us with the, hey, they might be this, they might be that. You can't live in fear, player. Who's living in fear? That's no way to live. Baseball is every day. You need help every day. It takes a different guy every day, you could argue. And now is the time to take Morel and Mervis from the iCubs and bring these dudes up. I don't know, what is it going to take?
This is probably one of the worst days I've ever had. Especially
hit the like button.
Here's another one. Eric's on a roll. I'm highlighting him.
All right. What does he say?
Oh, sorry. You would, yeah. No, he just said. I mean, it's not like it'd be one thing if Mervis was like 20. He's a 25-year-old. I mean, what?
Well, what does age have? Yeah, age has nothing to do with it.
It just makes it even more crazy.
It might even support it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what he's saying. It's like, it's not like, what are we waiting for? He's 25. He either can play the bigs or he can't. All I know, and I'll guarantee it, it's not going to be a downgrade from what's going on. And it is what it is. Look,
again, you don't know.
We can make it a whole Mervis thing. It's much more than that. I think the teams. I think if they had a different manager, they'd be better. I think.
Yeah.
Sam, you got to hit the gym post game. Your pump will be crazy, like pre-workout, but from anger. No, Eric, no gym for me. After this, I got to take some sort of medication to calm me down and get some Z's. What I won't be doing.
So you're struggling that bad.
I won't watch a minute of whatever this NBA playoff game is tonight.
Have you stopped watching?
I watched the Lakers and Warriors.
Uh-huh.
Just out of respect, as Boston beat Philly by about 70 tonight. Hey, the Cardinals blew a game in the ninth.
Great.
A player by the name of Mike Trout hit a home run to give the Angels the lead. We maybe we'll trade for Trout, but Jed won't give up Hosmer because you can't give up that type of leadership and intangibles in the dugout.
Even Carson at his ripe age is tired of this club.
Yeah, as he should be.
I mean, Jiminy Christmas.
No, I agree with this right here, Matt.
What is it? Let's read it.
I tried to show it, but it doesn't let me because you got this
let's
thing.
See.
Bulldog. He said, when the Cubs lose, I don't want to watch any sports. That's that's how I feel.
Yeah, so you're just done for the time.
Yeah, when the Cubs lose a game, we're gonna hit close. I'm gonna overeat on purpose after this late at night, which is bad for you.
I went to Mariano's today.
No, I'm gonna overeat myself into a coma, sleep coma, of course, not a real one. And then
thanks for the clarification.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow at about 6:30, real early. 6.
Oh, that's early for you, dude.
Yeah, 6:30. I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna work, and I'm not gonna pay any attention to this team at noon central.
Now, I need to find a way. I need to I'm going to step out during my school day, and I might hold you accountable to that.
No, I'll probably watch it.
You're going to sneak that ball game in.
No, and if they score 7-8 runs in the first inning against Corbin to improve their run differential, I'm going to whip my Fire Stick out the window and see if I can hit my car.
See, and what's interesting is you think they're going to win by 4+.
Yes.
I have and you're good with that. Yeah. I'm not going to dismiss that at all.
I might put $2,000 on the Cubs tomorrow.
I don't feel that way at all.
Yeah, you think they're going to get? You think Tyone's going to pull a groin?
I think it might be a 4-3 game.
another loss. You're saying?
Yeah, or maybe like a 7-4 contest.
No, it could be one of those situations where 6 pitches into his warm-up, Tyone feels a little groin tweak, because that is a bit shady. That he's just coming back. I mean, you called that, by the way, on Monday.
Well, I called it, but he threw 45 pitches on Tuesday. He really should be off a mound for 2 days.
See, this is the type.
I don't know. I don't know what to expect from him tomorrow.
This is the type of question I just and nothing against you, Paul.
Yeah, we can go through that.
It's just having that question makes me sick, because a week and a half ago we were talking about how good this team is. Right. The answer is, Paul, is if they continue to lose, sure, they'll get rid of them. Hopefully we don't get to that point.
I didn't think we were at that point.
No, we're not. Yeah. We're not there. We're not there yet. I mean, they're 500, and the team leading division's Pittsburgh, who got beat again, by the way.
And they're playing the Rays. Yeah.
And Milwaukee got beat at Chorus again, or at least was losing.
So everybody lost.
Yeah, and we blew another one.
Let's walk off together.
Yeah.
All right, here's a good one from Jason.
Yeah.
Why do we believe in Jed Hoyer?
Same reason that a lot of people believe in Santa. I don't know, because we're told. Who else am I going to believe in? He's done some good things. I thought that he moved on from the core when nobody else did, and I thought it was the right move.
Right.
He's really struck out, no pun intended, with these veteran guys. The Descalso might have been
so many of them.
VR, Souza Jr.,
Simmons,
Hosmer, Simmons,
Norris.
They've gotten like -2 WAR from these guys. Get a better veteran.
Oh no, it's been brutal, dude.
What is their obsession with these old guys that can't play anymore? I mean, Simmons could even throw.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I guess there's more breaking roster news. I mean, how many roster moves are they going to make tomorrow?
No, that didn't happen after. That happened before. The Assad. Yeah, and so people might have speculated Assad's going to pitch. Whoop-de-doo. It's Tyone. It's announced. Great.
Right.
Yeah, because they IL'd Gomes. So by ILing Gomes.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, the 7-day.
Gotcha.
So Amaya maybe he'll play tomorrow because.
No way he catches Tyone. No way.
You think Barnhart's going to catch another game a day after a night?
Oh, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah,
I don't know. Jameson Tyone back from his injury, and Amaya's going to catch? What's the plan for Tyone? What's he going to go 2 innings? I don't understand.
Craig, great question.
Great question, Craig.
I really think that this front office thinks this is a good team. I don't know why Mervis and Morrell aren't up, but I don't think it's what you're alluding to where, well, they just don't care about winning right now. Because even if they don't, Matt Mervis is 25. That's not that much younger than me. Okay?
Right.
And man, is my athletic days behind me. Okay?
Right. Preach to the choir.
So even if in your case, they just don't care that much, why wouldn't they want to give him an opportunity? It doesn't make sense. Why wouldn't they want to put butts in the seats when on Friday, there'll be more empty seats than there will be filled ones?
Well, if they thought the team was good, isn't that more incentive to bring these brothers up? I don't understand. I disagree with your theory.
No, because I think that they think it's good the way it is.
So they don't know baseball.
No, what I'm saying is I don't think that they're not bringing Mervis up because they don't care about winning. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's that.
Gotcha.
I don't know what it is.
Darren has great comedy chops. He says Jody Davis in town. He's going to catch.
Well, they are playing in Washington, D.C. Maybe William Howard Taft can get behind the plate. He had a hard time, getting up and down. He was our heaviest ever president. Man, and I usually love the D.C. trips because I could throw in a lot of historical lingo. William Howard Taft.
You haven't really done much of that this week.
William Howard Taft was the first president to ever throw out the first pitch of a tilt. But I think that's true. Let's go a little bit longer because once we close this, I'm gonna be really depressed.
No, let's keep going.
This might be Nico. Him and I have been playing phone tag for about 2 weeks.
All right, so pop in your comments and questions. Oh, shout out to Nico. I hope that is.
I would assume that's him. If not, that'd be really kind of odd.
Right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Please put your takes and your questions in. We're in Locked On Cubs vent line mode. And smash the like button if you're here for the algorithm so more people see it when they wake up tomorrow. Although it's only 9:30 Central. I mean, people are up.
Here's a good one from Luke.
Yeah. All right. I will.
I got the answer for you, Luke. It's called the 27th out.
All right. So Luke said, currently living in the DC area and going to the game. What should I be excited?
When it's over. That's what you should be excited for.
Oh, no.
When the game's over. Go. If you're taking off work, Luke, then enjoy the day. Have a couple hot dogs, maybe a few beers, and watch whatever watch Hosmer left on left hit a dribbler to first.
All right. Let's see. Eric says, where do you guys see Mancini fitting in if all the changes you want happens? It's a good question.
Playing mostly versus left-handed pitchers.
Yeah, rotational player.
Some against right.
Yeah. Very good.
Velasquez is going to hit a ball out of the stadium tomorrow.
I could see that. Let's see. Oh, Jordan, Sam. So the Cubs got 15 Ls. How many is Ross responsible for?
Yeah, I don't know the exact number, Jordan. I mean, obviously the one in Cincinnati. You could say this. I think it's fair to admit when a team has the underlying statistics that the Cubs have and the record to show for it, they're underachieving. And when they're underachieving, you look at the leadership. I mean, it's no different than any other job. I mean, my staff at work, if I feel like I got a great staff and we're not producing and I'm the leader of that staff, it's on me.
Great example.
So it's the Cubs aren't producing and they're producing everywhere else but where it matters, which is their record. Right. And at that point, you have to look at the skipper.
All right. Let's see. We're episode 200, Big Dog. Okay,
Bulldog.
We wish it was in better times. Morello's the best pro hitter in baseball right now. Why is he in AAA? Make him the DH. Listen, I sketched out another lineup earlier today. Maybe just for kicks and giggles. I'll post it on Thursday morning just to fire everybody up, stir the pot, go mini viral again. I see a lineup where Mervis could play first. Wisdom at third and Morel DH. You could also have Morel at third and Wisdom at first, or Mancini, Mervis DH. There's all sorts of rotations you could do.
Here comes my headache.
He could certainly be the DH. Okay,
How about
but
how about
I don't. I really don't want to even play GM that much anymore. Honestly,
how about put somebody
although I
on?
have fun doing it.
How about he puts somebody on the team that doesn't ground into a double play when the game's on the line?
Yeah, and it wasn't even.
I don't care if that's Felix PA.
And he did it so quick, like I couldn't even get to the screen in time.
No, and the thing about that is that Wisdom doesn't even hit the ball on
Game
the
over.
ground a lot. It was a panic move from him because he's not a high leverage hitter. He also, if he takes more pitches, Velasquez probably just runs and they let him have second because they've been doing that in the MLB for some reason on first and third. But Wisdom was afraid to get deep in the count because he strikes out at a really high rate.
I'm trying to get to Brady, Sam, live. We got a lot of stuff coming to him.
Oh.
I said 10 days ago when the Cubs offense was cooking, was time to work in the young guys, and that we shouldn't wait for the collapse to make the move. Well, here we are asking youngsters to be saviors.
You said the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's a good claim. Yeah, perhaps it is. There's definitely a tardiness to it.
Yes.
It's a shame they're in this situation.
Yes, Jordan. I don't think it's a coincidence that the offense is having its worst stretch of the year while Horner is. He's the straw that stirs the drink, and he's struggling right now. I don't know if a day off versus Patrick Corbin's the move. Maybe that's a get right game. But who knows? Maybe. I don't know how that works. I don't know if a day off, what it does. If I were him, I'd rather let him go against Corbin, give him a day off when they face like Alcantara or somebody like that.
All right.
Well,
Big Rand is here now.
What do I know? Nothing.
And he says it's looking like we expected too much. Is this just going to be a 500 team? Big Rand, you got to get. Even Big Rand is pessimistic.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to say, Big Rand, that that they've lost 8 of 11.
Right.
But
right.
that's the other thing, and this isn't towards Big Rand at all because he's great to us. But a lot of people I see in the comments go, Sam, it's. It'll even out. It's May. It's long season. This is a daily podcast.
Well,
so we talk about what we see on the daily. So right now it stinks. Right. If they go out and win the next 6, then we'll be, happier than if I won $600 on a scratch off at BP. But
yeah, it's just the ebb and flow of the year, and just the fact that we are every day.
Right now we're in a what do they call it? A downturn. There's like a word for it.
Ebb and flow.
Nah, I'm thinking for something else. Like you go mountains and then
on the other side of the mountain.
Nah, they stink right now. How's that? Okay.
Yeah, why don't we just say that? Keep it simple.
But they're going to have another wave where they play better. I mean, it's not going to be like this forever. So this is a bad way. Do I think it's a 500 team? I mean, yeah, I thought like 83 wins ish was right. I think if they maximize their opportunities, they'd be in better shape right now. But no, I'm not ready to mail it in. If I was ready to mail it in, I wouldn't have had that spirit of a rant. You ever hear that expression like in high school when your coach is yelling at you all the time and it's like, yeah, it's because I care.
Mm-hmm.
When I stopped ranting and you see me come on here apathetic saying, yeah, I didn't watch the game, I was out downtown, that's when the season's not going well and that I've had it. I'm not there yet. Peaks and valleys. That's what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
That's the type of day I've had.
All right, let's see. I saw another one here. There's so much.
No, Paul, I don't think it's a fantasy. I don't think it's a fantasy. If 500's a fantasy, then I might be done. You know what I mean? I think Matt might need to find a new co-host.
I'll have tryouts.
If I'm dreaming of an 81 campaign, my life's even worse than I thought.
I'm not dreaming of that, player. So Jameson Tyone, some very suspiciously, is towing the slab Thursday. I don't know what to expect at all. I'm actually a little bit. I don't know about scared. I'm just discouraged, quite frankly.
Yeah, he recovered from that injury awfully quickly.
Yeah.
Look at Carson. He's
just going off still.
Carson's really spirited.
Let's see here.
Go to bed. Hey, I saw a Starlin Castro comment. That used to be my favorite player.
Yeah, I mean the Mervis and Morrell stuff as we start to close up shop here.
Yeah. No, it's probably time. My place is getting
Um,
hot.
Jed and Carter are both on the record saying that this is not really going to
Imminent.
happen soon.
Yeah.
That is the reality.
Good. Then don't
And,
ask me to go to a game this weekend. Okay, I don't want to.
Right. Yeah, I mean, let's think about the 26 on the roster. Is it the best 26? Is it a 26 we want to see? It's a rhetorical question at this point.
Hey, I saw a
And,
great comment. Let me
yeah.
saw one more great comment here. What a waste of an opportunity. This is it. This is where I'm at.
Right. That's what makes it frustrating.
Yeah, because if you just do the little things well, and remember, I have to be accountable on this show because I get stuff wrong all the time. I thought one of the things that this team was going to do well was win the tight ones. Oh, Moses.
And if 86 wins this division, that's going to be hard to fathom.
I thought that this club was going to be good these spots. They're the opposite. Oh, Lord.
Right.
I thought they were going to do the little things, steal bases, hit with runners on, clutch pitching, everything. This team hasn't done one thing. Have they won one game on the margins the whole year?
Oh, by the way, Sam, I looked it up this morning. Baseball Reference calls blowing the lead. So you enter the lead. If you enter the 6 with the lead, they track that, right? And they track if you blow that after 6. And the Cubs lead the National League with 9.
That's it. Close the show.
The A's lead baseball with 14.
No, say that again.
That's not company to be in, folks.
No, there it is. You just said it.
So the Cubs have had 9 leads entering the 6th inning. And they've lost those.
They've lost.
They've lost 9 times. Yeah,
that they've led.
They've blown the lead 9 times.
Well, and today was the 25th.
Not tied, ahead.
Today was the 25th game in 30 games that they've led in a baseball game.
All right, that's gonna do it for our show. Shout out to the everydayers.
A lot of pills. I need pills, Doc. Pills.
Who are with us all 5 episodes throughout the week, and you can become an everydayer by checking us out each and every weekday. If you're with us live right now, thank you so much for joining us in what is our 200th episode as well. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for Locked On Cubs and smash the like button for the algorithm. Shout out to the audio peeps, Apple, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcast, and now streaming on SiriusXM. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked